in how many rearrangement of the word amaze is the letter E positioned in between the two A's? And they said it must be not necessarily flanked. What is flanked? Diapit. Tak semestinya diapit. So let's look at some cases I've listed here. This one cannot because the E is not between the A. Cannot. Can. This is the flanked case. Memang E diapit di antara A. Okay, this one also allowed, although it is not diapit, but still the E is in between the A. Cannot, can, and can. So first let's ask, there are how many ways I can arrange the word amaze without any restriction? I have 6 letters there, so 6 factorial divided by 2 factorial. The A is repeated, right? So how many ways is this? 360 ways. So what you have to do, you have to go and minus all these cases. So if you remove that, how many will you get? That's the answer. But do you want to do like that? Of course, it's tedious. So now I am giving you some thought process. I have listed in terms of some cases over here. Let's see. First scenario is exactly like way 3 up here. Okay. So you know you are having M, Z and D. So how will you place it? You have 3 options for this space. What is the option? M, Z and D. You can put any one of the 3. And then any one of the remaining 2. And then the last letter left. But you know that the A, you cannot change this order. They can be placed in between the letters. So there are how many ways? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, as a group I can move them. So 4 times by 3 times 2 times by 1. Then the next case. Again, I know that the M and the Z and the D can be placed anywhere here. I still have 3 options for this. I can put any one of the M, Z and D into that particular space. And then the remaining 2 and 1. Okay, done. Then what happens? You know that the E can either be placed here or here. There are 2 ways for the E. It can swap, but the E cannot go here and go here. Why? Then you cannot follow the rule of E being positioned between the A's. So for the M, Z and D, I'm having 3, 2 and 1. For the E, I have 2 ways. Correct? And then now what happens? We know that we can carry these and we can go in between the letter here. Okay, maybe I put a red line here so that you see what happens. So you think as a group. Now you take this, maybe they can go in middle here or at the very last position. So there are how many ways? 1, 2 and 3. Okay, for case 3, do the same way. You have 3 options here, 2 options and 1 option. Of what? The M, Z and the D. So it's again 3, 2 and 1. Now you focus on the E. So the E has how many choices? The E can be placed here, here or here. So the E has 3 ways now. And then let's make them as a group and try to move it. This one. So as a group they can either be here or at the back. So this is how I can do it. Times by 2. And for the last case, see, you have M, Z and D. And the E can go anywhere here. So E also can be part of this. Like they can travel wherever they like, but it has to be within this. So how many options will I have for this space? 4. I can put the E, I can put the M, I can put the Z, I can put the D. So any one of the 4. So the answer is literally 4 times 3 times 2 times by 1 or 4 factorial. Okay, let's go and count. We know that this is 24, 24, 6, 36. In total, there are 120 ways. If you think that this is tedious, let's see another easier shortcut. So what does it say here? I have given you 6 spaces here. Why 6 spaces? Because I have 6 letters. Amazed, right? So how many ways do I have? See, the restriction is being placed on the A, and E. And we know that it has to exist in this case. Of course, anything can be inside here. But now what I'm asking myself is, let's say I focus on those who are not giving me any problem, the M, Z and the D. So let's say if I focus on the M now, there are how many ways to place the M in this space here? Anywhere. You can put the M anywhere. So don't you think you have 6 ways to place the M? And then there will be 5 ways to place, let's say, the Z. And later you will have 4 ways to place your D. Of course, you can change this. The M, Z and D, they can go anywhere into the space. No problem. For an example, let me enlighten you. Maybe I put the M here, and I put the Z here, and then I put the D here. So they're fixed. This is one way of doing it. Okay. Now, what will you put here? Do you think you can put E, A? Cannot, because the E is not between the A. Do you think you can put A, E? Cannot. What goes into the cloudy bracket is only A, E, A. You only have one option for that. Okay, if you don't trust, let me show you another case. Okay, I'm going to place my M here. And then I'm going to place my Z here. I'm going to place my D here. So this is still 6, 5 and 4. No problem. Now you have a remaining space here, right? What could you possibly put here? It has to be in this A order. This order won't work. This order also won't work. So there is only one way of doing this. Let's try reading this. 1. Once those 3 letters have been placed, meaning after I place the M, Z and D, how many ways will you have to place the A? It's only 1. So your answer is so easy now. 120 ways. Don't you think this is much easier than the listing we did earlier? Okay, I can show you another technique of doing. Okay. Of these 6 space, again I have 6 letters, so 6 space. Of these 6 spaces, how many places will you choose to place your A in that order? Maybe you want to choose this place, and let's say this place. But you have to make sure that it's always A. Otherwise, you are not following the question's rule. E must be positioned between the A. Or if you don't like this place, you can change it. You can think of any other scenario. A, E, A. You can choose these 3 spaces. So what is the answer? Of course, I'm going to do, out of the 6 spaces, I choose any 3. I have to choose any 3. It's just that I have to make sure I tell myself that I'm not changing this A, this order. Okay, now ask yourself, how many remaining places you have? You have remaining 3 places and you have to deal the M, Z and D. So you juggle the way you like. That is going to be 3 factorial. So as a whole, you can even do this. You still get the 120 ways. Let's see another way of solving. The last one. Okay, I think we have done the first part. I said find the number of ways to arrange a maze in a row without any restriction. I think you know this, 360. Then next, of these 360 ways, what is the chance that the E will be between the A's? What is the chance? What is the probability of that happening? Look at these three scenarios here. Only this is desired. You take your A, E and A. These are the character you have. You try to juggle them. When you juggle, this is the only three option you have. Of these three, only in the first case, it follows my criteria. What is my criteria? This one. So it's 1/3. (120 ways). Pick the technique that works best for you.